Now, as far as options for the green screen itself, there are plenty of options, of course. You can get pop-up backgrounds that are not so large, which are fine maybe if you're doing kind of waist-up kind of things. You can get cloth backdrops. I personally don't recommend those at all, only because in the past I had a couple of those cloth backdrops that came folded, and when I unfolded, no matter what I did, I even have a steamer, I would still see folds in the backdrop. And that's one thing, as you'll see multiple times in our lessons, is you want to make that green background as smooth as you possibly can. My favorite background is this one from Westcott. It's made of a material, I don't even know exactly what it is, but it almost has a felt kind of a quality to it, and I have stuffed this thing in a bag multiple times, but I don't want to say there's anything such a thing as wrinkle proof, but it's certainly wrinkle resistant. You can quite literally bundle it up in a bag, and when you pull it out, it's beautifully smooth. It comes with a pocket, so you can put a background stand through it, but also has grommets in the corner, so if you need to hang it, or as you'll see in my setup, I like to put it on a background stand, but then also use a piece of rope to kind of tighten it using the grommet, just to make sure it's really nice and smooth. So what kind of green screen you use, that's up to you. I also like this one because, frankly, it's huge. And one of the things that I worry about is if all people have is a little pop-up background, then you're limited to only headshots or waist up. And I'd like to not limit myself. I'd like to be able to say, well, gosh, I need a really high background in this case, or I need to be really wide, or I want someone standing on it, so I need to have lots and lots of room. So when you see our other videos where we do the specific projects, you'll see we left plenty of room by having this big, long backdrop, nice and smooth, but also nice and big, so it can keep people far away from the background. Because that's one of the tips we'll talk about over and over again, is one of the things that will help you with success in your green screen photography is how you set up the background and how far away the person is from the background. So the bigger the background you have, the more ability you have to move someone further away from that background. And I should also mention on the Westcott website, in their Illusion series, they have all kinds of options, including bundles that have a green screen with the software. You can purchase additional backgrounds for the green screen, or you can get kits that include lights, or just the software in the green screen, or the options for the green screen itself. Now, again, you can use a background stand. In one of the projects, the first project, we go outside and just drape it over a tree. So it doesn't need to have fancy equipment, but that's one of the other things that having a bigger cloth backdrop like this style lends itself, is gives you lots and lots of options. You can even paint something green. I have a section of my studio here that is just painted with green, and that works okay for certain things because it's just always there to set it up. But even though I have that green wall, I still use this cloth a whole lot just because I love the options that it gives me.